Hi friends. Let me take you on an exciting journey into the heart of Stoicism and introduce you to Stoic philosophy. 7 big mistakes that keep you poor. Number 1. Living beyond your means. Living beyond your means is a common trap many people fall into, often leading to financial hardship and prolonged stress. According to Stoic philosophy, one of the core principles is simplicity and living in accordance with nature. This includes spending wisely and being mindful of one's resources. When we constantly buy things we don't need or seek luxury beyond our capacity, we're not living authentically. Instead of focusing on external possessions, Stoicism teaches us to cultivate inner wealth, contentment, virtue, and wisdom. One of the biggest mistakes that keep people poor is succumbing to the allure of status symbols. People often think that owning the latest gadgets, wearing designer clothes, or driving an expensive car will bring them happiness. Stoicism, however, encourages us to resist the pull of materialism and recognize that true contentment comes from within. By valuing experiences and personal growth over possessions, we break free from the cycle of overspending and debt. Another factor leading to financial struggle is the failure to plan for the future. Many individuals live paycheck to paycheck, thinking only about their immediate desires without considering long-term goals. Stoics emphasize prudence and foresight, qualities that help us prepare for life's uncertainties. By saving money, investing in personal growth, and avoiding impulsive spending, we build a foundation of financial security. Financial stability is not about what we earn, but how we manage what we have. Debt is often the consequence of living beyond one's means. When we borrow more than we can repay, we chain ourselves to financial obligations that cause stress and anxiety. The Stoics believed in self-control and discipline, 2 qualities that are essential in avoiding debt. By practicing restraint and purchasing only what we can afford, we cultivate peace of mind. Debt restricts our freedom, and the Stoic goal is to live freely and virtuously, unhindered by external pressures. One way to stop living beyond your means is to practice gratitude. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with advertisements and the pressure to consume, it's easy to feel inadequate. Stoicism teaches us to be grateful for what we have and to focus on the essentials. Instead of constantly striving for more, practice appreciation for the small things. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we possess, fostering a mindset of sufficiency and abundance. It's crucial to differentiate between needs and wants. Stoics believed in the importance of focusing on what is necessary and discarding the superfluous. In today's world, the lines between wants and needs are often blurred, leading us to spend unnecessarily. By distinguishing between what is essential for our well-being and what is simply a desire, we can make better financial decisions. Living within our means requires a disciplined mindset, one that is rooted in clarity and self-awareness. Ultimately, living beyond your means is a form of self-deception that leads to long-term consequences. Stoicism encourages us to live with integrity and to be truthful about our circumstances. By aligning our financial habits with our core values, we cultivate a life of purpose, stability, and freedom. The Stoic path is not about denying oneself joy, but about finding lasting contentment in simplicity and wisdom. When we live within our means, we free ourselves from the pressures of the world and focus on what truly matters, living virtuously and wisely. Number 2. Fearing risk too much. Fearing risk too much is one of the most paralyzing mistakes that keeps people stuck in financial hardship. In Stoic philosophy, fear of the unknown is seen as an obstacle to progress. When we let fear dominate our decisions, we miss out on opportunities for growth, whether in life or finances. Stoics teach us to accept uncertainty as part of life. By viewing risk with a calm, rational mind, we can assess it wisely and take calculated steps instead of being frozen by fear. One of the primary reasons people fear risk is the possibility of failure. Failure feels threatening, but the Stoics remind us that failure is not a personal flaw, it's a natural part of the human experience. Rather than avoiding risk entirely, Stoicism encourages us to understand that we grow through challenges. Financial opportunities often require us to step outside of our comfort zone, but when we constantly play it safe, we end up limiting our potential to succeed and prosper. A crucial aspect of overcoming the fear of risk is accepting that control is limited. Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing only on what is within our control. In financial decisions, there will always be variables that we cannot predict, but that doesn't mean we should avoid action. Instead, we should prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. Fear of risk keeps us poor because it prevents us from seizing opportunities where we could potentially grow and build wealth. Another way fearing risk too much harms us is by keeping us stuck in familiar but unfulfilling situations. Whether it's sticking to a low-paying job or not investing in personal growth, avoiding risk often results in long-term stagnation. Stoic philosophy teaches us to embrace change as a necessary aspect of life. By daring to take risks, whether through new ventures, investments, or learning opportunities, we open the door to financial and personal improvement, something that fear would otherwise block. Stoicism encourages the practice of courage, a key virtue for overcoming fear in any form. Financial risk, such as investing or starting a business, requires courage, not recklessness. The Stoics believe that fortune favors the brave, not the timid. When we fear risk too much, we prevent ourselves from discovering new possibilities. Exercising courage in small, measured steps can help build confidence, enabling us to make financial decisions that are both prudent and bold. Another common trap in fearing risk is overthinking. Many people spend so much time worrying about the possible downsides of a decision that they miss the moment of opportunity altogether. Stoicism teaches us to act when necessary and not to overburden ourselves with what-ifs. By adopting a proactive mindset, we shift from avoidance to action, learning that sometimes the best way to handle risk is to move forward despite the fear. Financial success often comes to those willing to take action while others hesitate. Ultimately, fearing risk too much is a mindset that prevents growth and success. Stoicism offers a path out of this fear by helping us embrace uncertainty with resilience and wisdom. Life will always come with risks, but it's how we respond to them that determines whether we succeed or stay stuck in financial struggle. By using Stoic principles, we can transform our fear into a tool for learning and growth, stepping boldly into new opportunities instead of being held back by the fear of failure. Number 3. Not saving for emergencies. One of the biggest financial mistakes that can keep you poor is not saving for emergencies. Life is unpredictable, and Stoic philosophy teaches us to be prepared for whatever comes our way. The Stoics believed in anticipating challenges and building resilience, both emotionally and financially. By failing to set aside money for unexpected events such as medical emergencies, job loss, or car repairs, you leave yourself vulnerable to unnecessary stress and hardship. Preparation, according to Stoicism, is key to maintaining peace of mind. In Stoic thought, control over the external world is limited, but what we can control is how we prepare. By cultivating the habit of saving, we acknowledge that uncertainty is inevitable, but we are ready to face it. Not having an emergency fund means that when life throws a curveball, we are forced to take on debt or make desperate decisions. Stoicism reminds us that foreseeing challenges and taking preventive measures, like saving money, can help us navigate life's chaos with greater composure. Living paycheck to paycheck, without saving for emergencies, also leads to constant anxiety about the future. The Stoics believe that living in fear is a form of self-imposed suffering. By building an emergency fund, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry, knowing that we have a cushion to fall back on. This preparedness allows us to focus on the present, rather than being paralyzed by the fear of what could go wrong tomorrow. Financial security is a cornerstone of emotional and mental freedom. Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This means that by saving for emergencies, we position ourselves to handle adversity with strength and confidence. Not saving, on the other hand, leaves us dependent on others or the mercy of bad luck. It is in our control to create a buffer for the hard times. Financial self-reliance is empowering and aligns with Stoic principles of personal responsibility and self-discipline. Another crucial Stoic idea is moderation, or living within one's means. By adopting a simple, modest lifestyle, we can consistently save for emergencies without feeling deprived. The pursuit of luxury often leads to overspending, leaving no room for savings. The Stoics emphasize the value of contentment with less and focusing on what is truly essential. By cutting unnecessary expenses and setting aside even small amounts regularly, we can gradually build an emergency fund that protects us from life's unexpected blows. Stoicism also teaches us to remain calm in the face of adversity, but this is easier to achieve when we are prepared. Not saving for emergencies makes us more reactive and emotional when things go wrong. In contrast, Stoics encourage a measured, rational approach to challenges. Having an emergency fund gives you the ability to face financial difficulties with a clear mind, avoiding panic-driven decisions. Financial stability fosters inner calm, which is a fundamental Stoic goal: tranquility amidst life's storms. In conclusion, not saving for emergencies is a financial mistake that can trap you in a cycle of stress and hardship. Stoic philosophy offers valuable lessons about preparing for the inevitable uncertainties of life. By creating an emergency fund, we align ourselves with the Stoic virtues of wisdom, moderation, and foresight. This simple act not only secures our financial future but also helps us cultivate resilience, mental clarity, and peace of mind. Start saving today and embrace the Stoic mindset of readiness for whatever life may bring. Number 4. Relying on debt for lifestyle. One of the most significant mistakes that keep people poor is relying on debt to sustain their lifestyle. From a Stoic perspective, this behavior is a form of over-reliance on external factors for temporary comfort, which contradicts the Stoic ideal of self-reliance and inner tranquility. Using debt to maintain an appearance of wealth or fulfillment is a superficial pursuit that leads to financial stress. Instead, Stoics would advise focusing on living within one's means and prioritizing long-term stability over short-term pleasures. Debt creates a dependency that is contrary to Stoic values. The Stoics believed in controlling what you can and accepting what you cannot. When you rely on debt, you give up control of your financial future to lenders who dictate the terms of repayment and your overall economic freedom. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics emphasized the importance of autonomy and avoiding unnecessary entanglements. Relying on debt for lifestyle choices places you at the mercy of others, which can lead to both financial and emotional instability. Living on debt also encourages a mindset focused on materialism, which Stoicism strongly discourages. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from within, not from external possessions or luxuries. When you accumulate debt to buy things you cannot afford, you are reinforcing the false belief that your worth and happiness depend on material goods. Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By reducing your wants and avoiding debt, you free yourself from the constant pursuit of more. The psychological burden of debt is another reason why relying on it is a mistake. Stoicism emphasizes inner peace and emotional resilience, but debt creates constant anxiety and worry about repayments, interest rates, and financial security. When your lifestyle is built on debt, you are never truly free from the fear of financial collapse. This state of worry is the opposite of the Stoic goal of achieving tranquility. By living debt-free or minimizing your reliance on debt, you protect your mental and emotional well-being. A key Stoic principle is living according to nature, which means living simply and in alignment with your true needs. Relying on debt to elevate your lifestyle often leads to excess and unnecessary spending. The Stoics advocated for simplicity and moderation in all aspects of life, including finances. By focusing on what is essential and cutting out frivolous expenses, you can avoid the trap of debt. This approach fosters a sense of contentment with what you have and reduces the temptation to live beyond your means. Debt also limits your ability to act with purpose and freedom, which are central to Stoic philosophy. When you are tied down by loans and repayments, your financial decisions are restricted and your opportunities are limited. The Stoics taught that true freedom comes from independence both mentally and financially. By reducing or eliminating debt, you increase your ability to make choices that align with your values and goals, rather than being forced to make decisions based on financial obligations. In conclusion, relying on debt to sustain your lifestyle is a major mistake that keeps you poor and undermines Stoic principles. It creates dependency, anxiety, and a focus on materialism that prevents you from achieving true inner peace and financial freedom. By living within your means, prioritizing simplicity, and avoiding unnecessary debt, you align yourself with Stoic wisdom and set yourself up for a life of stability, independence, and contentment. The path to financial well-being begins with rejecting the temptation to rely on debt for temporary gratification. Number 5. Avoiding hard work. Avoiding hard work is a mistake that not only keeps people poor financially, but also limits their personal growth. From a Stoic perspective, effort and discipline are essential virtues. The Stoics believe that challenges, including hard work, are opportunities for self-improvement. When you avoid hard work, you are not just shirking responsibilities, you are missing out on opportunities to grow stronger, more resilient, and capable. Stoicism teaches that embracing difficulty is a path toward excellence and fulfillment. Hard work is closely linked to the Stoic concept of arete, meaning excellence or virtue. The Stoics believe that living a life of virtue requires persistent effort and dedication. Avoiding hard work leads to stagnation, both in your character and in your financial life. When you refuse to engage with the tasks that demand your full effort, you limit your potential to achieve anything meaningful. This avoidance leads to mediocrity, which is a state that prevents the accumulation of wealth and the attainment of true success. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of taking action rather than relying on external circumstances or luck. Avoiding hard work often stems from the desire for an easy life, but the Stoics would argue that this is a misguided pursuit. According to Marcus Aurelius, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In other words, the obstacles we face, including hard work, are opportunities to move forward. By embracing hard work, you align yourself with the Stoic belief that personal effort is essential for growth. Avoiding hard work often comes with a focus on short-term comfort at the expense of long-term success. The Stoics valued endurance and the ability to delay gratification. Hard work, though difficult in the present, often leads to lasting benefits, both in terms of financial success and personal fulfillment. Epictetus taught that we should not shy away from tasks that are difficult, but rather see them as necessary steps toward achieving our goals. Avoiding hard work creates a cycle of procrastination that keeps you poor, both financially and spiritually. Another reason avoiding hard work is a mistake that keeps you poor is that it fosters a mindset of entitlement. Stoicism teaches self-reliance and the importance of personal responsibility. When you avoid hard work, you may develop the belief that success should come without effort. This mindset can lead to financial irresponsibility, missed opportunities, and a lack of perseverance. Hard work builds not just wealth, but character, and Stoic wisdom emphasizes the connection between internal discipline and external rewards. Moreover, the Stoics believe that hard work builds resilience, an essential trait for overcoming life's challenges. Avoiding hard work weakens your ability to deal with adversity. When you continuously opt for the easy path, you become less capable of handling difficulties that arise, both in life and in your financial endeavors. Resilience is built through effort and persistence, and the more you engage in hard work, the stronger you become. This resilience not only helps you achieve financial stability, but also allows you to live a more fulfilled and balanced life. In conclusion, avoiding hard work is a mistake that keeps you poor in more ways than one. It limits your potential, weakens your character, and leads to missed opportunities for financial success. Stoicism teaches that hard work is not something to be feared or avoided, but embraced as a path to excellence and resilience. By adopting the Stoic mindset of seeing hard work as a necessary and valuable part of life, you can build both financial wealth and inner strength, setting yourself up for long-term success and fulfillment. Number 6. Failing to plan for retirement. Failing to plan for retirement is one of the biggest financial mistakes that can keep you poor, both in the short and long term. From a Stoic perspective, proper preparation is a virtue. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present, but it also emphasizes the importance of foresight and prudence. If we don't plan for retirement, we are disregarding the future consequences of our inaction. Without a retirement plan, financial insecurity becomes inevitable, leaving you vulnerable to hardship in your later years. The Stoics believed in taking responsibility for your life. When you fail to plan for retirement, you are essentially neglecting that responsibility. Planning ahead is not about fearing the future, but about preparing for it rationally. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. A financially stable retirement allows you to live with peace of mind, and this stability begins with thoughtful planning during your working years." Stoicism teaches the importance of discipline and self-control, traits necessary for successful retirement planning. One common reason people fail to plan is the inability to delay gratification. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Saving for retirement requires the discipline to live below your means now, so that you have enough for the future. Without this foresight and self-discipline, your later years could be filled with financial stress. Failing to plan for retirement can also result from overconfidence, a mindset the Stoics warned against. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Many people assume they will always be able to work, or that something will save them financially later in life. This kind of thinking is risky and goes against the Stoic idea of preparing for life's uncertainties. Stoicism teaches us to expect challenges and be prepared for them. A Stoic approach to retirement planning also emphasizes the value of long-term thinking. The Stoics believed in acting with purpose and intention. Failing to plan for retirement is an example of living reactively rather than proactively. By taking the time to create a retirement plan, you are making a conscious choice to ensure your future stability. This aligns with the Stoic practice of living intentionally and taking control of what you can influence, which, in this case, is your financial future. Additionally, not planning for retirement can lead to dependence on others, something the Stoics would discourage. The Stoic philosophy places great value on self-reliance and personal responsibility. By failing to secure your financial independence for retirement, you risk becoming a burden to your family or society. Planning early allows you to maintain your autonomy, a key aspect of Stoic living. This preparation not only benefits you but also shows consideration for others, something the Stoics valued deeply. In conclusion, failing to plan for retirement is a major mistake that can lead to financial instability and dependence in old age. By applying Stoic principles of responsibility, discipline, and foresight, we can avoid this pitfall and secure a stable future. Planning for retirement is not just about financial security, it is about living a life aligned with Stoic virtues, such as self-reliance and wisdom. Taking the time to plan now ensures that you are prepared for the uncertainties of the future, allowing you to live with peace of mind. Number 7. Overspending on wants instead of needs. Overspending on wants instead of focusing on needs is one of the most common mistakes that can keep you poor. From a Stoic perspective, this behavior reflects a lack of self-control and wisdom. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, emphasize the importance of living a life grounded in rationality and discipline. When you prioritize material desires over essential needs, you fall into the trap of short-term pleasure, which is fleeting, rather than long-term stability, which brings peace. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from within, not from external possessions. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Overspending on luxuries is a sign of inner dissatisfaction, and Stoicism encourages us to be content with what we have. By focusing on your needs and avoiding unnecessary expenses, you cultivate a mindset of sufficiency, which ultimately leads to financial freedom and personal contentment. Overspending on wants also creates financial instability, which is directly at odds with Stoic philosophy. The Stoics advocated for being prepared for life's uncertainties, and financial discipline is a key part of that. When you overspend, you weaken your ability to save for emergencies or invest in future opportunities. Marcus Aurelius encouraged people to not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbors, unless with a view to some mutual benefit. Similarly, wasting money on wants without careful thought only detracts from building a secure future. Stoicism teaches the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. You may not always control external events, but you can control your financial habits. Overspending is often driven by societal pressures or emotional impulses, neither of which lead to lasting happiness. By focusing on what truly matters, your needs, your values, and your well-being, you exercise Stoic wisdom. This shift in mindset helps you avoid the financial pitfalls that come with chasing unnecessary desires. The Stoic virtue of temperance, or moderation, is key to avoiding overspending. Living a life of balance, where your needs are met and your wants are kept in check, creates a sense of harmony that leads to both financial and personal well-being. Seneca advised, "Be moderate in order to taste the joys of life in abundance." Overspending disrupts this balance, leading to stress and debt, which are burdens that hinder your ability to live freely and with purpose. Moreover, overspending on wants can create a cycle of dependency. The more you spend on luxuries, the more you may feel you need them to maintain a sense of happiness or status. This dependency can lead to financial hardship and a constant need for more, which is exactly what the Stoics warned against. True Stoic strength comes from freeing yourself from unnecessary desires and cultivating self-reliance. By doing so, you can build a life of stability and independence, free from the anxieties of excess. In conclusion, overspending on wants instead of needs is a significant mistake that can keep you financially poor and emotionally unsatisfied. By applying Stoic principles like self-control, moderation, and rational decision-making, you can overcome this challenge and focus on building a life of financial security and inner peace. The Stoics remind us that happiness does not come from material wealth, but from living in alignment with our values. Practicing this mindset will not only improve your finances, but also bring a sense of contentment that no purchase can buy. I hope these Stoic teachings are useful and effective for you. My goal is to make your life better and more enjoyable. I will accompany you in this interesting and meaningful magazine.